Okay, so I have the pleasure of having the traditional brake in the Ford 5.4 intake manifold, where there's a ring gasket grommet that goes around that, and then this side here always breaks out. Good design, fellas. Really appreciate that. But I think I can do something for that. I think what I'm going to do is get a piece of brass on the underside, just a thin piece of brass, and come up through here, and then that will retain the grommet in there, and then I can fold the brass over on each edge here, and just a thin piece of brass, and it'll be thin enough that it won't interfere with the existing gaskets, and I'll just put some blue silicone on it and call it a day, because I really do not want to have a Dorman intake manifold. They're kind of like junk. They're smaller, they're plastic, they don't have these brass slugs in them for connecting brackets and stuff. This side here looks okay, so why couldn't they make this side like that side so that it would hold up? Okay, I'm gonna put things away here, call it a day. Alright, kiddos, so we are going to attempt a fix on this, but we got to get it out first, and it's already kind of in cruddy shape. I mean, it's just kind of a powder, just a very weakened state of condition for this plastic now. So I am using a chisel to get it out. Because the rest of this could just go at any time, and that's not going to be any good. Sorry if the camera's bouncing. Not trying to make it bounce, it's just kind of in a place where it's going to. I refuse to get the Dorman replacement intake manifold because it's not an improvement. It still leaks. It costs 26 horsepower is what people that have dynoed it, put it on an engine and then run it through the dyno, have said. Alright, so we just need to chisel this out nice and flush to the surface that it is right now. And then we're going to try and fabricate something that will slip in place. And remember, when you're using sharp chisels, watch out for the pink things. You don't need ketchup running up and down. So I believe I can form some 1/8 inch aluminum to fit in here. And if I can do that, I will be very, very happy. I had thought about plastic welding, but given the condition of the plastic in here, I don't really think it's a good idea. See, this is kind of, the plastic in here has degraded to look kind of like, if you know what the old Bakelite electrical boxes are, the ones that just crumbled apart on you during installation. They used to be popular, and thank goodness they don't have those anymore. I'm not sure if they even sell them anymore. I haven't seen one in years. So you see, we're getting rid of this here brown fibrous stuff, and we are getting down to some actual black plastic, which is a good thing. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to keep cleaning this up and working it. You don't need to keep watching this. I'll bring you back when I'm doing the next major step. Okay, kids, we have our piece of aluminum, and so we're going to start trying to make our adapter piece. So we're just going to try and bend it to match the curves here. Okay, it's working good. Just need to okay, that's better. Okay. Just a little bit farther over. Just about there. Just about there. Okay, so I need to bend this over, straighten that out. Just a tiny bit more. Okay, we are just about there. All that's got to happen is a little bit of shaping. Now what? Alright, we've still got some work to do on it, but we're getting there. Alright, you guys, so here's what I've done. There was an inner ring, and then there's a gasket O-ring that goes there. You see how it is on that side, but this side here, you can clearly see how the inner ring was deteriorating. In fact, all the stuff around it, see, there's a piece of it here, and you see that brown on there, and that's all plastic that is deteriorating. Just, it doesn't even snap, it just kind of like goes apart. So here is my fix for it. 1/8 inch thick, 1/4 inch tall piece of aluminum cut to fit the opening. So I am going to embed this in some the right stuff gasket maker, and this is pretty good stuff. Everybody swears by the great stuff gasket maker. So it's 90 minutes, so it has a sealed lid, and so we just take the puncture cap and turn it on there, and presto, we've got a nozzle. Okay, so I'm going to cut the nozzle here and splooge up some stuff for it. Then I'm going to embed it in great stuff. And that should do the job. But the nice thing about this fix is that the it doesn't have that fragile inner ring to deteriorate anymore. And I really don't care if I have a gasket maker that glues this crap all together, because I want it to never leak again. That's the main thing. Yeah, it doesn't like coming out of that nozzle very much. Okay. There's that now. We are going to put these together, and I'm just going to fill the gap here. That gap is going to squeeze together tight. Okay, so now I will use my gloved hand. Okay. It's almost like being a dentist. Okay, so I am going to splooge this stuff. Now I've already filed this down flat flush to the manifold. So we are perfectly fine, good to go there. And I'm just making sure that I have the great stuff splooged in and around and over and everywhere to make sure that this baby is forever sealed. Alright, now use the glove rather than make a mess with everything I touch. Okay, now we're going to put great stuff around everything. You know what? I'm going to cut this cap more. It's just too much like work to use that. Let's see if this is any better. Okay, that's better. And I don't really care if I use a lot. I don't want this thing to ever come apart again. Okay, and then we make a circle around each screw hole. Make sure that everything is sealed. So everybody who's got one of these stupid Ford intake manifolds guaranteed to screw up on you, I'm pretty sure that this is a forever fix. Okay. So I think we got everything there. Now, let's do it on this side. If I can get this pointed over that direction. You know how things don't like to work with you. Okay, now watch the lens fall right down into it. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna do this. And you know what? This is never coming out again. So I am going to just fill the O-ring hole and then stuff the O-ring back in. You know why? Because I don't ever want to have to see this thing again. So we'll just stuff the O-ring into the seals, and how do that? All right, let's see. Did that fix it? Yes. Okay. Okay, and then put great stuff around each bolt hole. Okay, so put the O-ring back in. Now, which way did this go? This way. Okay. Alright, boys and girls. Now, all I gotta do is find the screws for this. I have a wascally lead head, you know, that seems to have done something with them. Okay, so now I need to find the underscrews. Okay, alright, I think these are them. Okay, you know what, I need to put some ARP lubricant on these. And I seize lubricant. Gotta like it. Alright, now let's screw it in. Okay, so stupid thing lined up again. And I don't think I need this light now. Okay. I've been working on the church across the street all day. Not sure exactly what they're doing. Okay. Okay, so I am going to pretty much guarantee that this thing will never again screw up on me. Okay. Alright, where's the other one? Alright, there we go. That is, I'm going to call this a forever fix to the intake manifold crossover gasket problem. That piece of aluminum on the right side in here is 1/8 inch thick, 1/4 inch tall, so it fits just right in where the old plastic rim was. Then I decided that I wasn't going to worry about the O-ring on this side. I'm just going to seal it up really well with the Right Stuff gasket maker, and the rim that's there, that will do the job forever. It's just going to work. We got right stuff all through in there, and it just ain't gonna come apart. And then because it's the aluminum, the ring that I fitted in there is maybe a tiny bit wider, taller than the plastic is, so it will actually make a physical force seal. And since it is sitting in the Right Stuff gasket maker, it should never leak. So I think we're good to go on this. And this side over here was still good, so now I need to tape this up so that it will seal, because I might still want to use this lid. So, alright, that does that. Let me you see that we've got a little bit of gasket stuff splooging through there, and that's fine. It ain't gonna do anything. And if we look over on this side, give me a second. You'll see a little bit splooging on this side here too, but we can see that aluminum ring there, and it ain't going anywhere. Let me clean that out here. Hang on for a minute. All right, so this is what the repair looks like. You can see the aluminum ring in the center. It's the piece there where my shadow is on it in the center. So yeah, this ought to be pretty good. And then I took the grinder and I opened up the aluminum on the port there a bit more to match the gasket, or to match the port itself. And then over on this side here, didn't do the aluminum on this side because the O-ring was good, and what I decided to do was to just put the gasket maker in there. Great stuff for the Right Stuff. Okay, so anyway, there you can see the gap is all sealed up here. There's just a let it dry for about an hour and a half, and then finished putting the tightening down on the three screws on each side underneath. And there was a little tiny bit of splooge came out. There, that's a good one. But anyway, we'll see what happens.
What do you want for dinner? And that's going in the tin.
Oh, okay, so, yeah, it took me a little longer to fabricate and get all the stuff done on the intake manifold and other things. I got the ports lined up nicely here with the headers, so it has a pretty straight through run. And then the other thing I'm going to do is, see, here is the front water passage, and that's the one that gets used. But back here, these do not get used. So what I am thinking of doing is to just weld a slug of aluminum in there and sand it smooth, and it'll never leak again. Because that does absolutely nothing back there. There's no crossover tube or anything. Yeah, basically what it is Ford makes one head. And this is it. So this one here is the right head. You see, you've got your oil galley here, and for your chain tensioner, timing chain tensioner, and you've got the same thing back here. So these heads, they can either go right side or left side. It depends on luck of the draw, basically. They're the same head. And so anyway, that's the thing I'm going to do, is weld a slug of aluminum flat across that, and then it will never leak. This doesn't even do anything. That is there's nothing on the back of the engine for that. You see over here, it is that hole at the top. Okay, right there. But you don't have that hole back here. You got the oil galley there. So we're just not gonna worry about it. The hole on this side just the hole here, that is in the block, and it matches up with that. And you have it on this side here too, only there isn't a water passage on this side, only on that side. And if there was a water passage, it would be back there, but it's not. Because you see how it has the, I just call them the fork that comes forward an inch there, and you don't have that back there. And you've got so this head here has the fork on it. Yeah, you see, it has the fork. This and this go over the block, and because it goes over the block, this gets water through it. But this is the right head, and this is at the front of the block, so there is no water on this side, only on the left. But if you swung this around over to the left side, then this would be at the top left for the water. Okay. All right, let's So yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do tomorrow. Run down and buy a welder. I'm going to fill that one, and I'm going to fill this one on the other head, because this will be down there. You turn this around, and it's at that end. Okay, you'll see it in the next video. All right, time to go.